Welcome to Ready, Set, Sold with your host, Bryan Vogt. Are you wanting or even thinking about selling your house but don't know where to start? Good thing you found Ready, Set, Sold. And now, real estate broker, Bryan Vogt.
Welcome, everyone. So glad you with us today. I hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. For those who may not know, this show is based on the #1 best-selling book I wrote named Ready, Set, Sold, 12 Proven Steps to Sell Your House Fast and for Top Dollar in St. Louis and Metro East. Now, not long after I wrote the book and it was published, I was contacted by 1260 The Answer, this radio station right here, about doing a weekly radio show talking about the 12 proven steps. And I always say 12 proven steps. This isn't hypothetical. This isn't theory. These are steps that you can use to get top dollar and a fast sale for your house. And that's how I got here. Background about myself: I've been a broker in the Metro East for over 16 years. I run a top-selling real estate team that has combined 30 plus years of experience of helping people buy and sell houses. And we are always looking for new people to join our team. And this couldn't be a better time to be thinking about real estate. Many people have had that itch. We can help you with that. If you've even thought about getting into the business and you haven't got your license, you haven't gotten anything, we have coaching, we have mentoring, we have systems that get you up to speed in a very fast period of time to get you going and making people's lives, making dreams happen, and also making some money. So with that, if you're a licensed agent already, maybe things aren't going as well as you like. Maybe you're looking for that mentor, that coaching, that systems. Drop us a line. Send an email to us. Let's start the conversation at bryanvogt.com. That's BRYAN, V as in victory, OGT.com. Drop us a line. Let's have a conversation. We always believe in win-win situations anyway, so let's have a conversation. With that being said, we've got some really, really exciting news. And one of the things that just happened, we are on podcast. You can reach us if you put in my name, Bryan Vogt, BRYAN, V as in victory, OGT. We have a podcast. You go to iTunes or you can go to Google Play. So many times people will talk about how they missed the show, they couldn't make it on this Saturday or whatever. Now, just so you know, that's okay. It happens. I understand people have busy lives. So you can get on Google Play, you can go back and listen to any one of the steps that we talked about. Well, right now, I believe we're on step 9. So all those steps you can get caught up with. Also, it gives you the ability, you can go to Facebook. We have a Facebook page where it's Ready, Set, Sold with Bryan Vogt, and you can like us there, so we'd appreciate that. So now you have no reason not to be able to listen to the show. And the last thing I will say is 1260 has an app. Wherever you get your apps at, put it on your phone, have us dialed in for every Saturday between 11 and 12, and listen to us that way too. So there's numerous ways that you can get to listen to us now. A little bit more about me is I've lived in the Metro East all my life. Love real estate. I'm just passionate about the real estate and how it works and helping people and getting people where they want to go on with their lives. Basically, I have a book and I'm offering it for free. Who needs the book? For anyone who is wanting or even thinking about selling your house, but you don't know where to start, get the book. It's free. You go to readysetsold.org, not .com, readysetsold.org, not .com, and get the book. Anyone thinking about selling your house, but you don't, as I said, know where to start, but you also have gone to the internet and you find the information is great if you live on the East Coast or West Coast. This book is dedicated to the Metro East, to the heartland. If you're living in O'Fallon, Shiloh, Swansea, Fairview Heights, near Scott Air Force Base, Columbia, Waterloo, Edwardsville, all those areas. Maybe you listened or you've watched about the 25th home selling show and you're still as confused as when you started to. This book would be a great help. It's helped so many people. And I'm so happy to say that so many people have ordered the book. So that's gone very, very, very well. So anyway, if you have that situation, if the book is loaded with great information about the Metro East. If you're looking for a top dollar, a quick sale, if you want to find out about how to stage your house, what updates get sellers' houses sold fast, what updates don't, how to price your house right the first time to get maximum profits, all those things are in the book. So go to readysetsold.org, not .com, readysetsold.org, not .com, and go ahead and get the book. So let's talk about the market as a whole right now, and that is going very, very strong. Things are going well, going very well, and the market is still moving forward, and that's what you want to hear. So there's not been a better time, probably in quite a few years, to getting your house on the market. I always talk about 3-month window. 3 months, market will change. Doesn't mean it will go bad, but it can go good or bad. And so you don't know, and it does happen. 2 months, 50-50 chance of changing. 1 month, very unlikely, but it can change in 1 month. So hey, if you're thinking about, you've been waiting for years, and many sellers have, to get that top dollar, this would be the time to get your house onto the market. So what are we going to talk about? Well, let's kind of recap of what we've done so far. These have been steps. We talked about in the first week of when you should put your house on the market. Well, as we probably know right now, that's now. How to choose a realtor. What updates can really make a difference in your house. Step 4, we talked about how the right updates can make you thousands, but the wrong updates can cost you thousands. Step 5, we did on the inspection process, how important that is to get the inspections up front. For most sellers, it can be a very big time saver and potentially a cost saver to sellers. Pricing it right the first time, the essential staging tips, catch them at the curve. And now this week we're going to talk about negotiations. And there's 5 steps that we're going to talk about. And this is a segment right here. We're going to be talking about, everyone knows that there is a offer comes in, there's the price, and there's a closing date. But there's another thing that you really want to pay attention to. We're going to talk further about that. In the next section, we're going to talk about how fast should negotiations go. Number 3, we're going to talk about what every seller I've ever talked to tends to fear about is what happens with a lowball offer. 4, we're going to be talking about negotiating styles. How does your agent negotiate? What should you be looking for? What should you be expecting from your agent when an offer does come in? And the last thing is we're going to recap putting all these pieces together, but I'm also going to give you a tip that's going to save you thousands, and I mean potentially thousands of dollars, that every seller should use. And hopefully your agent's already using it now. Something that can be said. So let's go into what we were talking about before, and that is everyone knows the offer and acceptance, and they understand that there's a price, and they understand that there's a closing date. The one thing that does seem to get lost in the wayside, and that is the financing. It doesn't mean the financing isn't presented, but many times the financing isn't looked at hard enough. What I mean by that, if you listen to the show in past weeks, pre-approval versus a pre-qual letter. The pre-approval letter means that the buyer has actually met with the lender, has given the documents, has validated everything, and the only thing that buyer really needs is for the appraisal process to go through. If they have not done that, it's a pre-qual letter, and it's like night and day. The reason why this becomes so important is that a pre-qual letter now can be stretched out to 5 days or 6 days, and that's what you really want to be looking for, is what you don't want. It doesn't mean that you can't use a pre-qual letter. You can, but understanding there's risk. And with real estate, and this is what's really important about real estate to understand, why take the risk when it's a simple fix? And the simple fix is if you have a pre-qual letter, your agent should have already hopefully called that lender, get verification, get clarification of if they have been pre-qualified, that getting them pre-approved. The pre-approval process takes between 24 and 48 hours. That's it. So if you have 5 days out there, you want to get that down to 2 days or to 1 day. Ideally, you have a pre-approval. The reason why that's so important doesn't happen every day, and it doesn't. But we see houses coming back on the market, and it says financing fell through. And 99% of the time, that was because they had a pre-qualifying letter. Where a simple step from your agent was to get verification from that lender. If you can't get verification from that lender for whatever reason and still have to move forward, make sure that is a 1 day or a 2 day at most to get that pre-approval, because your house is going to be off that market. And if that buyer doesn't have the monies, you're losing valuable time. That's not the direction you want to go. So financing on that part, you really want to hone in on to. I think sellers understand that. With that, what we're going to do next is talk about how fast should you be negotiating, the time things. Things have changed dramatically. You haven't sold a house even in 4 or 5 years. You might be surprised at the changes as far as how fast and how things move now in today's market. Hey, you're listening to Ready, Set, Sold. Hey, go get the book, ReadySetSold.org, not .com. All these things and much, much more are in there. I will see you on the other side. This is Bryan Vogt.